back to Cybertopia for the very last episode of the season, and oh boy is it a big one. Strap in, because you're in for quite a ride. And a light content warning here that there is targeting and empowerment of innocent civilians, including children, in this episode. However, no harm is described or directly alluded to. We've got a lot to get through, so let's just jump right back in with the sewers team, who have been escorting explosive-laden robots under the ground and have finally reached the target location.
Hi, I'm Valerie.
Hi, I'm Basil.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Who wants to go up the ladder? And who wants to go up the ladder first?
Clarity will go first, basically after looking at the robots again and just going, yeah, the last thing we need is them getting stuck. Because Clarity's not really concerned about whether the ladder can take the robots' weight. It's more about if they get stuck coming out through the opening and spotted, and then they're half in, half out, and there's two robots down at the bottom still. Are they just going to be like, well, this is close enough, and then try to explode? Clarity's priority is not being near the group when they explode. That, and Clarity has had enough of the filthy tunnel. So.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so Clarity, I assume you're doing this stealthily?
Yes, I'm going to stealthily climb up the ladder. And by cover, is this basically like a manhole cover kind of situation?
Yeah, it's basically a metal slab kind of thing over the top of it, and you can lift it up and push it out of the way if you want to do that stealthily.
Okay.
So Clarity is climbing and going to try and lift and open the grating carefully. So go ahead with that roll.
All right, that is a 15 plus 3, so 18.
Okay. So Clarity gets up to the cover and starts lifting it up and sliding it across. And suddenly they realize, wait a minute, something doesn't feel right here. There's a little bit of magnetic resistance going on. This is supposed to be an unused low security entrance into this area. There shouldn't be anything that's providing resistance to this opening.
So is it moving, or is it like I can feel magnets involved?
You're able to move it, but it is providing some resistance to you. It's more than just it being heavy. It's like it is trying to hold itself down.
Okay, but it's not like the case of where you could feel like someone's foot's on top of it.
No, this doesn't feel like a physical force. This is like a magnetic force that you're sensing here.
Okay, is that something that I could use my hacking ability to try to turn off?
You can give it a shot. What I'll say is you're able to move the cover enough that Whisper could slip through the gap.
Okay, if I move it so that Whisper could slip through, what do I see when I move it just enough for that before I send my drone through?
Okay, so you can slip it enough the Whisper can slip through, and as you do, you can see what looks like the bottom of a stairwell, and Whisper can fly up into there. You can't see much, but you can't see any people or movement or anything like that, but Whisper can fly up there and give you a couple of beeps of confirmation of this is an empty stairwell, there's a door over there that is closed. There seems to be some sort of device that is preventing this opening from being completely opened.
Okay, I think Clarity's going to take a quick second while still on the ladder to turn back down to the others and just say, hey, just give me a second. It looks like there's something blocking the opening, but I'm going to get Whisper to turn it off. But just try to stay cool, I guess. So Clarity's going to direct Whisper to, go through the gap and kind of look around and try to find a device or a way to turn that off so that they can get out of the horror tunnel.
Okay, let's have a roll for this then.
Okay, let's see here. Then, let's see. I rolled a 12, and then can I use both my technology skill and the point that I get for using Whisper?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so then I would say, does hacking also count?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so then in total, that is 4 extra points, so 16 in total.
Okay. Yeah, so Whisper buzzes around a bit, and then they fly down to where the cover is. And you hear some sparks, and you hear some bleeps and some bloops and some electronic-y noises. And then suddenly you hear a disengaging kind of noise, and the cover just goes flying off to the side. And you're like, oh, yeah, that was easy, done.
Yeah, once that cover is off, Clarity is just going to clamber out of the tunnel and just be like, finally, fresh air. And immediately take off the bandana, put it in a plastic bag, and then put that plastic bag in a pocket, and then put a new bandana on.
Sensible, yeah. There's not a lot of light in this area. Maybe there's a skylight right at the top of this stairwell or something, but it's more light than there was downstairs. So you can turn off the light from Whisper, And if you want, the other two can climb up, or you can get the robots to climb up first and they can help push them up. But after a few minutes, you can get everyone out of the sewers and into the bottom of this stairway. And as soon as you do, the robots give a confirmatory bleep as like they know they're in the right kind of area. They clearly want to go through that door. They will not until someone opens the door for them. They are not set up to lead the way, so they would need someone to open that door for them, but they kind of gather in that sort of direction.
Man, I know you're eager to reach the end, but the timing has to be perfect, man. That's how the cosmos flows, man. Frankie explains to the robots that maybe it's not time yet. Obviously interpreting the bleeps as excitement.
Smart.
Is it just the one door? Is there anything else that would sort of like allow us to make another way in? Like Smart's kind of thinking, we need to make sure it's the right place, but the robots might not get that and just go in and do exploding. So maybe we should see if we can find like another door or a third door or maybe a fourth door. Just a different door.
Okay. So, in this area, there is just this one door. There is a sign next to the door that says basement/car park. The stairwell clearly goes up a number of floors. You can't see exactly how many. If someone wants to go up some of these stairs to see what's above you, you can do. What you would note is that you can hear voices. You can hear voices from above you. You can hear voices from the other side of that door. There are people in the area. And as you were previously told, this whole district is like the abandoned industrial district. You're not expecting people here.
So the sign next to the door says basement car park, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Is there another sign in this room that says like maybe what's on the next floor up?
No.
Okay. Is the door locked? Like what kind of door handle are we talking? Like is it a round doorknob or is it like a crash bar, kind of like the ones that you push in? And like what kind of handle?
I think it's just like a twisty handle.
Okay.
Doesn't look like there's any sort of lock on it or anything.
Okay. Can Clarity slowly open the door and kind of like open it a crack just to kind of see what's going on the other side?
Yeah. I'm not going to make Clarity do any more stealth rolls. I think they've done well enough on their stealth so far to keep this going. So yeah, Clarity kind of cracks the door open and maybe peeks their head in. And as they do so, you hear a clanging noise. So you hear that noise and it kind of reverberates and all three of you can hear that noise and Frankie would be like, oh yeah, that's the noise I made earlier.
Yeah, Frankie instinctively responds bonk bonk with the metal pipe on whatever, like the stair rail or something.
As Frankie responds and Clarity sticks their head in through the doorway, you hear a child's voice go, hey, they did it back! They did it back! And Clarity sticks her head through the door and sees what looks like a tent city. It's like one of those kind of LA-style, like, underpass, homeless villages under there. And Clarity can very quickly see there are lots of people down here, just in, like, tents, just seemingly living in this basement/car park.
I think after that, Clarity would quietly close the door again. Can Clarity compare where we are with the map, specifically the spot where the robots are supposed to explode? Because what I'm trying to see is if those robots are going to blow up that tent city.
Let's have a analysis roll of some kind.
Can I help continuing on with the hacking of the map that I've been given to try and like boost signals and that kind of stuff, like as an assist roll?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's have that assist.
And I'll do the navigation underground to say, yes, we have reached the right place.
Sure.
Oh, maybe I won't. Nat 1.
Oh, okay. What did Smart get?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, wow. Okay, so rolling a nat 1 on an assist gives a -1 to the assisted roll. And I guess the obvious thing here is disorientation as a trauma for Frankie. So maybe Frankie's looking at their hand, trying to see the map that they scrawled down on their hand from the one they saw before or something. And he's just kind of wandering around, trying to picture this all, trying to envisage it all.
I'm sort of thinking that the whole philosophical discussion with the robot kind of messed with Frankie's head a bit.
Oh, they're too in their head, man.
Or they're too in the cosmos. They're not
Yeah.
focused on the actual where they're at. They're just connected to everything.
They've gone too big picture.
So they're
They're
disorientated
in the map.
for
The
that
map
reason.
is in them.
Yes.
Yeah, I get you. Oof. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So with all of this going on, It's actually a little bit distracting to Clarity as they're trying to figure out exactly where they are and if they're in the right location. So you'll get a -1 to your roll to figure out your location, Clarity.
Okay, well, it's good that I rolled as high as I did, because I rolled a 19.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So does this also count? Can I use my data analysis skill?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so then with that -1 from Frankie trying to help, and then with the 2, that should be a 20 total.
Okay. You can see you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, I think probably at realizing that for like a brief moment, they're like, wait, Frankie, you're not helping. Let me okay, maybe if I, and they're kind of like turning around in a circle and then just kind of like, oh, no, this can't, but I guess no, oh no, okay. And Clarity is just gonna look at the other two and be like, well, so this is not good. This is where the robots need to be, but there are a lot of people on the other side of that door. So many people encamped here. This is not good. We could I don't think we're going to be able to convince a group that big to move, and I'm worried if we try to open the door farther, Howie and Debbie and Widget are just going to kind of rush in. Gosh, maybe we can sort of change their minds, or the location at least, to like the outskirts. So can Clarity hack these robots to change their navigation sense so that they think that the spot is still in that location but at the top of the building, so they have to climb all those stairs to give them more time to maybe evacuate these people?
That was exactly what I was thinking. Frankie is going to say, are the robots just on a 2D coordinate system, or do they take the height into account as well? Could we take them up to a different floor where they're not going to destroy everything down here?
All right, let's have Frankie. Can you do a sort of demolitions knowledge kind of roll?
Yeah, I mean, that feels like explosives and breacher, both of them. So that's
Yep.
+4. It's a 3 on the dice for 7. Not great.
Valerie's rolls have gone down.
Yeah,
Ouch.
my dice trail is getting crowded.
Frankie's a bit all over the place right now. Takes a look at the robots and the amount of explosives that they've got on them. It's just like, I don't know, like that's going to destroy a lot of area.
It's like, it depends what explosive they used.
If you're here to destroy this building, you're going to destroy this building.
Yeah.
What might go through your heads at this point is that in terms of the timings you were told about, you are expecting other teams to be performing some actions before the demolition. Like, the demolition was supposed to be the kind of cover-up operation of what's going on above, or the backup. So you should be expecting to hear some noise from above you where the battle against the leaders is occurring, and the distractions or whatever is going on above ground will be taking place. So because you've not heard any like raucous noises from above or explosions from above you, you've probably got some time to try and figure something out here.
Yeah.
We need to find more doors. As long as the robots like stay here, we'll be fine. So maybe we could go up and then like across and then maybe like down, and then the door won't open.
Or if the robots go up, they don't see the door when we open it.
I think you've just awakened Smart Coolman to the idea of object permanence.
So how exactly are these bombs strapped to the robots again?
They're kind of rigged throughout their body structure. It's not that they're just strapped on. They're part of these machines.
Okay. So these are robots designed to have the same sort of physical abilities as a human. So like climbing stairs and ladders, but they can't open doors.
I mean, they can, but they won't ever lead the way.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So I'm wondering, have these robots been specifically built to be explosive robots, or were they redesigned from an existing frame?
No, these were specifically created to this singular function.
Okay, because I was thinking like maybe Clarity could hack them and return them back to, I don't know, whatever they were doing before, farming robots, whatever, so that it would be less inclined to follow instructions. But no, that's turning into hack the robots and give them free will and the concept of death so they don't try to die.
I mean, you could potentially hack these machines, but you will be aware that this is exactly what they were made and programmed for. So doing so is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, because I'm going to try to program humanity into these robots. That does not sound feasible.
Like you'd have to completely redo all of their programming, and you don't know what safeguards they'd have in place against such things.
Yeah, and it would take a while.
Does the map show other things in the underground space beside the tunnel that we were following?
It showed you a map, and it showed you the beacon that you were supposed to be going towards, and that is all.
Right.
If Clarity starts going up the stairs, will the robots follow?
And if you want to do that, you can find out what happens.
Yeah, okay, so I think Clarity's going to try to do that and be like, hey, Howie, Debbie, Widget, come on, guys. That door's busted.
As Clarity starts walking up the steps, the robots do not follow, do not make any movements as if they're going to follow. If anything, they crowd closer to the door.
Oh, dear. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, so is it possible for Clarity to hack one of the robots to disable their legs?
You can try.
Okay, I think maybe that's what Clarity is going to do with, I guess, Widget. Poor Widget.
Okay.
But Clarity is definitely going to tell the others, though, before they start
Okay.
what the hopeful plan is. That, okay, this is bad. I'm going to see if maybe I can just turn off their legs, and then we'll go from there. You know, I hope they don't start trying to crawl. That'd be horrifying. But I'm going to try turning off Widget's legs, and if that works, then I'll do the same to the other two.
Okay. Smart, did you have anything smart to say?
I'm just, again, because it's Smart's sort of like wheelhouse as well. Like, that's like a great idea. I could like totally help if you want.
Yeah, no, I would definitely appreciate all the help. It's been a while since I've had to like turn off a robot's legs.
Cool.
That was,
I take the sign off the pipe. This is how I'm helping.
Okay. He's going to kneecap the robots.
Yeah, I know their strengths. I know their weaknesses now. I've been wrestling with one of them.
Okay.
I'm thinking like it's more of a physical thing than the actual hacking side of things. So we've got two angles on it.
Okay.
Can Clarity quickly check and make sure there are no bombs installed in the legs of the robots? Because I feel like hitting it with a pipe is a good way to Looney Tunes yourself.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have Clarity check out the robots before any of this action starts going on.
Okay.
The robots are going to just stand still. They are transfixed almost on this door.
Oh boy, that was not a good roll for looking at them anyway. Gosh, do I have anything? Maybe technology. Okay, so that's like 1 point. So that's like a 7 in total for just looking at the robots to see if they had bombs in the legs.
You don't think they've got bombs in the legs, but you're very worried that maybe they don't have bombs in the legs, but maybe there's some sort of triggers. Maybe they have a failsafe. You maybe didn't ask enough questions before of what happens if the robots don't make it. What happens if a robot loses its mobility? If you take out one of them, do they all explode? Are they linked? You're sweating.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking of those concerns, like, you know, squatting down and squinting and looking at the legs and kind of feeling them up like, I don't, but it could also, man, explosions are bad. This is why people shouldn't have bombs.
As you're doing this, you hear a colossal smashing, crashing noise come from maybe like 4 or 5 stories above you. And you hear another bleep come from the robots, and the red light that was kind of bleeping on them before now turns to like a solid red light. And each of the robots simultaneously sticks a thumbs up sort of symbol with their hands.
Immediate response. Like,
Yeah.
Smart. It's ingrained.
And let's not forget about the distraction team, who last we heard had their big party dance-off rudely interrupted by a massive crashing noise from the floors above them.
Hi, I'm Keith.
Hi, I'm Jen.
Hi, I'm Jeph.
Hello, I'm Mark.
The whole party stops in its tracks, and people look up. Someone runs over to that door, tries to start going up the steps.
Looks like we blew the roof off this place!
Is that what you're going for? You're
Yeah,
going to try
yeah.
and make out that this is a party move? Okay, let's have a roll to persuade everyone that this is just meant to have happened.
Can I get decisiveness here? I feel like I did this without thinking, both as a player and a player character.
Yeah, sure. Was Tim's wanting to contribute something here?
Yeah, I was just going to ask if we can aid onto that with Maurice leaning into that narrative.
Sure.
I will try to assist.
Okay. How are you assisting?
Fast talk and group activity.
Okay.
Just let's keep this dance going.
How many air horns do you have on your person?
Officially none. Got some mid-May sealant spray, but that'll come in handy later.
Okay.
All right, so with a +3, I rolled a 13 for a 16.
Okay, so that's a +2 to the
Plus
assist
2.
for
All right.
Maurice.
Let's see how this goes. That's a 6 plus 1, 2, and 2 more. That's a 10 total.
Okay.
It's not the worst.
With the +2 from Tim's.
Yep.
Okay. About half the room is questioning what's going on right now. Like, there's a lot of hesitation. There's some people that are still kind of going towards the stairwell doors. Maybe the first person gets to the stairwell that Cookie had already tried to jam, and it is a little bit jammed. It's not very jammed. They're wiggling the lock.
Gentlemen, this is all quite unneeded. Let's not make any hasty decisions.
Let's say these are underground folk that have gone to the doors initially. They've been the first to respond. They have their drills. They're quick off the mark. They probably weren't quite as drunk or tea drunk as the others.
Tea drunk. I believe the term is mellow.
yeah. The tea drinkers are mellowed out and the beer drinkers are somewhat less coordinated. But yeah, a couple of underground folk have gotten to that door and they're like, no, something's wrong. We need to get up there. If you get in our way, there's going to be something wrong with you. So, out of our way, we're going up.
How many are there?
Let's say there's 2 there right now.
If I'm going to fisticuffs here, I am escalating this entire thing. This is not...
I think we can get around the fist by pointing out to the other 2 factions that the underground are trying to break the truce and go upstairs before everyone else has agreed to it. It's like, we don't know what's going on. Is this the underground causing a rift already? And I'm just going to start sowing that seed of discontent amongst the free earthers, because we're from the anti-court movement, so that's already us on our side. And as soon as they say, well, the anti-court movement says that you said you were messing this up, that's all 3 of them fighting each other.
Nice, I like it. Okay, let's have a roll for this sowing dissent then.
Oh boy, that's just social engineering though, isn't it? That's nothing else. Maybe social analysis, cybernetics.
Have you got persuasion, did you say earlier?
Yeah, I do, yes, I do. Yeah, so social engineering persuasion. So it's +5 total. 15.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep, some free earthers start kind of rolling up to the door and they're not engaging in any open hostility, but they're definitely like bearing down on these underground folk and being like, hold on a minute. And they're also a little bit drunk, so there's a little bit of violent intent in their eyes there. Some of them are like balling their hands into fists a little bit and glaring. There's definitely a bit of a standoff happening.
Hey, let's not harsh the vibe. Why don't you send a neutral party up to check it out and report back? That way none of you have to leave and be suspicious. I'm just here to provide drinks, you know. I believe in the cause, but I'm not a card-carrying member, you know. I'll go up, check it out, come back down, let everyone know what's happened.
Some of the ACM folk are putting their tea down onto their saucers and being like, excuse me? The underground couple at the door kind of look over. Do not get me wrong. You would be preferable to the free earthers going up, but you are not a neutral party.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe then one of each of us should go up. One representative from each group, and that way there's no way for betrayal, is there? Unless, of course, you don't trust each other.
You've got a point there.
Okay, let's have a persuasion roll or a manipulation roll or whatever you want to try and do here.
Not sure what I was trying to do here.
I think we're going to try and send up Ingham here.
Yeah.
We're going to try and convince Ingham to be sent up as our representative. Because then Ingham can fisticuffs them.
Yeah. Can I get empathy? Because I'm trying to play on their emotions. I'm trying to understand how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I just rolled another 16. That's 19 total.
Everyone just kind of turns and looks to their counterparts within their own faction. It's like, okay, all right. And then they nod. Okay, this seems reasonable. Let's try not to break out into open hostility. We know that there's negotiations going on up above where we're supposed to be working together. That dance-off was pretty good fun. Okay, so they nominate each a person to represent the underground and the free earthers, and I'm guessing Ingram steps forward.
Ingram steps forward for the ACM. Dear folks, the ACM, mind if I take this task upon me?
Yeah, I think you've already ingratiated yourselves with them quite well, so they respect the bringer of the tea, and they just kind of nod, and you're able to just step forward, open the door, and start going up the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
Someone puts their foot in the door so it stays open so they can call up and be like, what's going on up there? When you and these other two folk head on up. So, yeah, you start ascending the stairs. As you step into the stairwell, you can see there are some steps that go down to like a basement level.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 4-story building. So if you look up through the middle, you'll be able to see up, and it goes up 4 stories. Yeah, you start climbing the steps.
Yep. Just start climbing.
Are you sticking your head in at each floor as you go through?
Yeah, trying to buy as much time as possible.
Okay, so you open up the door to the first floor, and it's just an empty warehouse floor. Like, there was probably some factory units at some point up here, but everything is long gone. It's dusty and it's empty, completely unoccupied.
All right.
You get up to the second floor, and when you do, you open that door, and you see this massive mech has clearly just fallen through the roof and crashed through like a couple of ceilings and smashed right the way through into the second floor. And it's just smashed into the ground and gotten completely crumpled up. There's no sign of a occupant. It's so mushed that you can't really make out if this was in fact just a mech or if it was a manned mech. It's just a big mass of metal with metallic limbs, but it's a big Gundam looking thing that is in quite a state and not moving, but it's clearly crashed right the way through.
Gentlemen, we need to investigate this right now. We need to go into this room.
They definitely agree, and both of them, you get the free earther, just grabbed some like random bit of metal railing or something and just like yanked it off the wall and is brandishing basically a metal pole. The underground person has some sort of taser knuckles or something that you can see him sparking up, and he's like, something's off, we need to check this out.
Yeah.
That's a big robot. That should not be there. And they both enter into the room with you.
Right. Question of sound is still there. There is like total silence probably in this room, right?
There's still like bits of debris falling. There's a lot of noise of the building structure potentially failing a little bit in this room. At least bits of wall falling off, the ceiling still dropping down. There's maybe some sparks and stuff coming from the mech. Because there's a big hole in the ceiling, you hear a fair bit of noise coming from the couple of stories above you. Sounds like fighting. Sounds like a ruckus. Not gunshots, but there's some shouting.
Right.
And actually, yeah, maybe you hear a couple of gunshots.
You do it. Okay. How do the other two react? Are they going towards it?
They're definitely going towards the mech, and they're definitely going to try and look up through that hole.
Right. I'm not going to sneak. No, I'm going to be in full sight. I'm going to fight as gentlemanly as possible.
Okay, I guess I'm going to roll some dice tonight.
Gentlemen, I'm afraid to inform you this has been a ruse the entire time. Put them up. How about you?
So, yes, there is some doubt visible in Sir Ingram at this juncture. Just at the sheer violence on display. His thoughts about Amazing Corp's methods might not be that positive at the moment, so he actually hesitates.
Now you say that, but it did sound like we inhaled a bunch of
Oh yeah,
fancy nerve agent gas that
Yeah.
made us love Amazing Corp.
just in the back of his head, just a small twinge.
Okay. Yeah, he's got some conflicts going on internally.
Oh yes, and then partially because of the agent, and partially because, well, you know, he's a gentleman, he is under contract. I mean, what you gonna do?
Okay.
You know what? Let's go full fisticuffs. Just in plain view, takes the syringe of stimulant he still has.
Oh shit, I forgot you had that from the very first of
Yep.
Ingram's episodes.
Prepares to duel 2 versus 1.
Injects himself with caffeine.
Yeah, jacks himself, claps his fingers like walking cane, breaks apart, becomes a pair of charged knuckles. Kunk.
Is it definitely caffeine and not testosterone? Otherwise known as
It's-
tea.
So it's just pure, like,
It's coffee,
undiluted.
basically. It is coffee. Undiluted tea. Oh shit.
Undiluted, like pure tea extract.
It's taffine.
He is putting a couple of steps forward, turns around, crashes his fist together, says, "Gentlemen, I'm afraid this was a ruse. Now you'll get this only warning. Defend yourself and face me in a duel!" And then charges in.
Amazing. Okay. All right, so you'll get a +1 from the taffine.
Yep.
And that'll continue throughout this duel, I
Excellent.
guess, is what we'll call it.
Awesome.
So you are going
Alright.
up against a free earther who is maybe a slightly beefy looking person, and they're brandishing a metal pole.
Check.
And you're also going up against a underground member who is clad in leather and has sparking taser knuckles.
Yeah.
Probably a bit more wiry looking in terms of physique, but is clearly trained for combat.
That one is dangerous. The underground dude has to go first.
Okay, so you target the underground then.
Does he still have his knuckles? Because he did say everyone was disarmed at the party and we locked all the weapons away.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that you can deactivate and it be kind of surreptitious enough that you can get away with having it on you, just like the way that Ingram has his knuckle duster cane thingy. So it's a similar sort of situation. Yeah,
They're being smart.
yeah. The underground never go completely unarmed.
Cheats.
Just as a clarification, Sir Ingram isn't going in for like a kill, but
Okay.
he is knocking them out.
Okay. Yeah, I think knocking someone out with knuckle dusters, it'd be very doable. Killing them would probably take a fair bit of lack of restraint, shall we say.
The thing is, he needs to do this fast, otherwise things are going to get horribly wrong.
Okay, well, let's have this first roll to attack.
Right, can I add Cyborg Gentleman?
Sure.
Right, gentlemen, fisticuffing, dueling, charged knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And your taffine.
And Teffy, 9.
Okay.
We're going all out. He is just going full brawler mode. Let's bloody go! That's 10, so 19.
Right. This is an underground person. He's got combat training, so he gets a +2 to defend himself. And that is a 5 on the dice, so 7 total. That's a difference of 12. So, yeah, you do 12 damage to this underground person. Where are you punching them?
Let's see what would be the fastest way to knock somebody out.
Unfortunately, you're going to fight above the belt because you're a gentleman.
Yeah, so Ingram is not going blood belt.
Just temples.
Yeah, temple, I think. Yeah, he's going for a temple shot.
Okay. All right. Ingram goes for a few good punches, just a flurry of blows, and smacks this underground person around the head. And he tries to dodge, and he's ducking and diving, but you're still getting a few good hits in. Meanwhile, the free earther is bearing down on you with the pipe, and you can roll a defense against. He's probably just strong, so +1 from strength, and the pipe will be a +1 weapon as well, so +2 on this roll. That's only a 4 on the dice, so 6 total to defend against.
What can I add with a defense roll?
Anything that would help you defend yourself.
Right.
Any equipment, any gear, any skills.
Charged knuckles, fisticuffing. Does dueling count? Yes or no?
I might be inclined to say that none of that would work right now because you're engaging those in the other person's head.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. So only like a straight roll then?
Yeah, probably.
So no charged knuckles, no brawling, no dueling. Being gentlemanly, yeah, okay, that doesn't. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's not too bad. 14 on the dice. So
Okay,
14.
you're fine. So if that had been lower than a 6, you would have taken some damage. But this person goes and smacks you on the back. You are engaged in a brawl with this other person, and you're going ham on his head. And the free earther smacks you on the back, and I mean, you're a cyborg. You're at least partially made of metal, so it just kind of dings off. And it's like, oh, and he goes again. He's on bouncing off. He's like, what is this made of? Plastic.
He like looks at the metal bar and it's just got Amazing Corpse logo on it. Not again!
Damn you, amazing corp! Okay, so the underground person that you're smacking the head off, he's getting pretty dazed by all of this. He's not down and out yet, but he's struggling. Is going to try and shield his head like a boxer and then try and counterattack with an uppercut at you with his own charged knuckles. So he gets +2 from the charged knuckles and a +2 from combat training, +4 total. That is, oh my god. Okay, this dice is going away. That's a 9 to defend against. And you will be able to use all of your things this time.
I am in proper combat with him, so that would be a +9.
Yeah.
Let's go! 15 plus 9 is 24.
So he goes for the uppercut, and you kind of step back from it. You see it coming because you're focusing on this. You're in the zone. You're in the fisticuff zone, and you just step back, and his fist flies up, and you have a moment to counterattack.
Yeah, let's go! Boom! Right. Ingram feels the pipe bouncing off his back. He thinks, is that dangerous? Nah, not dangerous enough. I'm in proper combat with this man. Your gentlemanliness must continue. So he keeps continuing to wail on the underground person.
One at a time, gentlemen.
Yes.
Please.
See, that's 12 plus 9, 21.
Jesus. Okay, so get a +2 again for the combat training. And oh no, this one's even worse. Okay, you wail on this guy's head a bit more. You dodge his uppercut and you go back in with some big old roundhouse punches, and he just drops to the floor like a sack of potatoes. You're able to turn and face now on one-on-one terms this free earther with this apparently metal pipe. Maybe it's aluminium or something, and it's just
It's
not
smart
doing
enough.
what you thought it would.
It's legally distinct from metal. It's not got enough metal in it to be classified as metal.
Yeah.
Okay, so you turn to face him after just knocking out this person who's definitely like got military training and shit, and you just stare him down and he just looks at his pipe. He raises it above his head and just tries to donk you on the head.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Why did you get all the good rolls, you lot? I get single-digit rolls. That's a 6.
Because it's the finale and we are
That's
action
it.
heroes.
Yeah, this is true.
All right. Okay, so
A 6 to not get hit.
the syringe is counting, so I only get a +1. Oh, don't worry. 4 total.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he smacks you on the head, and it does that thing where the shape of the bar bends around your head and gets a little bit stuck on your head. This was not a steel pipe like he thought it was. This is, probably some sort of aluminium alloy or something, and it just kind of bends around your head. And it does actually hurt a tiny bit. It's like 2 points of damage there you've taken. But it's inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. He's brought a pipe to a fisticuff fight, so...
How dare you!
You made a grave mistake, Ben. You equipped your goon with a pipe, which is an item that a gentleman is well equipped to handle. Well knowledgeable about the old pipe in the evening in the drawing room. So.
My pipe is better than yours.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, so Sir Ingram just shakes his head, rubs the side of his face, cracks his knuckles, charges his knuckles. You should have just went with your fists, but no.
Just kind of looks at his hands with no pipe in now.
Put up your fists right now.
Starts doing that boxery kind of thing that he would have seen on YouTube.
Seeing that, Ingram charges in, now having a proper fisticuffs moment.
I've seen Jake Paul II doing this.
Right. 7 on the dice as he tries to lunge.
Okay.
So that is 16 total.
Okay. Because you've rolled under a 10 on the dice, your taffine will now wear off.
Yep.
But we'll see what actually happens here anyway. He's just strong. That's all he's got. He's got nothing else. So it's a +1. Ooh, that's a 13 on the dice. So 14. Okay.
Tiny bit of damage.
Let's say you get some body blows in on this guy. Like, you can't quite reach his head. He's ducking and diving. He's doing what he's seen on the...
Just seeing. He is mimicking the YouTube. Oh no. My greatest
What did I
weakness.
call the social media? I think it was Headspace. He's seen on Headspace. He's seen people doing this ducking and diving, maybe tried to imitate some of that. So he only takes a few blows that aren't going to do too much damage, but it's enough for him to be like, oh shit, I need to take this seriously. So he's going to do a jumping lunge.
Is he fighting like a guy who has watched a lot of MMA but never done
yeah.
any MMA?
For sure, definitely. Oh, that's a 19 on the dice. Okay, so that's
Oh,
a
boy.
20 for the
Right.
counter-attacking, lunging, jumping punch.
Right. As I'm now 1v1 with him, can I add brawling, dueling, etc.?
Yep.
All right, let's go! Come
You
on.
no longer have the taffine, so it's only a +8 now.
That's 11, that's 19 in total. No, I take
The
damage!
taffy would have saved you!
The taffine would have. It's a similar sort of situation. He jumps and punches, and he can't get a clean blow. He gets a little like glancing hit on you. Does 1 point of damage, but this fight doesn't seem to be going in either direction right now. And as this is escalating, as this battle is progressing between the three of you up there, 1 man down, 2 men still standing, you hear in your earpiece a confirmatory beep noise that is presumably the signal of the leadership has been taken out. Mission accomplished.
Nice.
Yeah, so get out. Yeah, okay.
You are engaged in a brawl right now, though.
Yep. With no way of actually communicating to the rest of the party.
Everybody hears this, by the way.
Okay, I'm too low. There is no hole that I can yeet him into, but that would be lethal and not very gentlemanly, so I cannot do that anyway.
At this point, the robot, the big mech thing that is in the middle of this room, kind of behind this person that you're brawling with, starts sparking into flames.
Oh no.
Well, that's not good.
But I'm caught in a duel. I must finish this. There's no other way. Oh, Ingram's going to die. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Ingram is going to continue.
Okay.
That's his entire deal.
Oh no!
Turning tail and running is
Ungentlemanly.
that's ungentlemanly. Showing your back to an opponent that cannot be. So +8. Come on, give me a. Okay, that's a good roll. 15 plus 8 is 23.
Okay.
Come on. Oh.
This could one-shot. So NPCs tend to have 20 health. So if I roll under a 3... Actually, you've done 2 damage already, so if I roll under a 5, this guy's out.
Believe in the nat 1.
Okay, no, I've rolled a 10. So, yeah, I'm going to say that it's a pretty sturdy hit. You send him tumbling back. He falls into the mech, gets set on fire, and starts rolling around on the floor. This guy is done. He is out of this fight. He doesn't want anything else to do with this. He starts trying to scramble away from you.
Okay.
Oh, this is a problem because we need him to be in the room still, right? But you can't hit a downed and yielding opponent.
No.
I suppose if you look around in this moment, you can see there's the back fire escape door that you would have seen from the outside leads to a fire escape stair, like metal stairway kind of thing.
Ingram could get out.
Well, and this guy is probably crawling towards that at this point.
Yeah. Ingram is going to make a beeline for that after putting out the fire on that guy.
Okay.
Because that's not the gentlemanly way to go. He will put out the fire and then continue bolting.
Okay, how's he putting out the fire?
He is sacrificing his coat.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Let's have a roll to put out the fire, I guess.
Right. Roll to put out the fire.
I'll give you gentlemanliness and whatnot for that.
Okay, gentlemanliness, so that's +3, that's 17 total.
Okay, yeah. You throw your coat onto this guy and starts like smothering and patting out the fire. And it's really successful, actually. Very quickly, the flames are gone. And he kind of rolls over and he says, he's like, what is your deal?
A gentleman never lets an opponent die because of some measly fire. Adios!
Okay. We shall smash cut to the other 3. You're downstairs. Everyone has lost sight of the people that went up the stairs. They could hear from the stairwell a lot of noise coming from up there. They could hear debris. They could hear occasional gunshots coming from the top of the building. There's a lot of noise, a lot of confusion. They haven't heard back from any of the people that went up. How are you containing this situation now?
I think Maurice is planning for our escape at this point. We've been here a while, the party's been raging, and things seem like they might be going wrong. So even if the mission doesn't finish before shit hits the fan, because I assume the beep hasn't happened yet, Maurice would like to try and make sure that there's going to be enough chaos for us to slip out of here unnoticed.
Okay,
And therefore, he's just going to nod to the others and grab a couple of specific supplies from the fully stocked bar cart and attempt to find the sprinkler controls.
Okay, like I said, this is an old defunct building.
It's an industrial building, right? Definitely got a sprinkler system.
Okay, probably, yeah, okay.
It might be
I'll give you
old
that.
and like grotty and horrible, but I'm imagining
Probably
big
is,
rusty old
yeah.
pipes.
Okay,
The fire suppression system in an industrial building.
okay.
And once we find it, we're going to combine some pint glass cleaning fluid and some egg white, I guess. That's the only thing I can justify cocktail-wise that will make slippery, frothy froth.
Okay.
And we're going to attempt to froth the sprinkler system.
Woo, foam party!
Yes, a combination of foam party and also
Oh, mate.
let's make everything slippery so it will be a disaster when we want to leave. Not setting
Okay.
it off yet, although if there's a fire, it might happen inadvertently.
Automatically.
But that's our plan. We're just going to pour a bunch of this goop into the sprinkler system.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan.
What is Cookie and Tim's doing in this moment?
So to give Maurice cover as they're wandering towards to go find the sprinkler system. Yeah, we got all these people, everything's tensions are starting to rise. I'm going to make a point of, I think it's time for everybody here to thank those wonderful dancing people, those free earthers. You know who you are. And begin the last part of our show. Now, they did pay for 2 activities. The next one is Escape Room. Somewhere hidden in this warehouse are the keys you need to be able to get out of that door. Or is it that door? We don't know quite yet because we've got another surprise for you. Who wants to get us started here? Free Earthers, you go last. You won the last one. ACM, Underground, what do we got?
This is ridiculous.
Tim can point to like the weapon armory.
Okay, let's have a roll, I think, from Tim's to get this underway.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll just do media personality, fast talking group activity. So this is
I am going to say, like, everyone is very much on edge, so this is going to be very difficult.
and they're going to stay on edge, my friend, with a 5. So I got an 11.
Ooh.
Yeah, people are not buying it now. A lot has happened. A lot of fun stuff has happened. Some weird stuff has happened. And now everyone is very skeptical. I don't think they're turning hostile against Tim's, but they're definitely suspicious, and they're no longer going along with this fun plan, whatever's going on here. They're just like, we're just going to stay on guard until we hear back from our friends that went upstairs. What is Cookie doing?
Speaking of guards, I'm going to find the two who had the keys that we bumped into on the way in. And I'm just going to sidle up to one and go, hey, yeah, this is starting to get a bit too tense for me. You know, my therapist said I should probably avoid hostile situations, one that cause me a bit of pressure. So I was wondering if I could go outside and have a cigarette, you know, if that's okay. You know, just lend me the key for a bit.
Do people still smoke cigarettes? What? You ACM lot are weird. All right.
Oh, yeah, only the finest closed cigarettes, you know.
Oh, okay. This is posh people stuff. Yeah, okay. All right, let's have a roll for convincing them of this.
Yeah, so let's say I am social engineering and I'm persuasive, and I'm going to make it worth his while. I'm going to give him some of the bribe money.
Okay.
So +4 total for this, just so we've got keys. In case everyone else's plans fail, we've got at least a doorway we can run out of.
I like it.
Yeah, that's the plan. We might get 3 failures here. Oh, no, we get a 21 total.
Oh, wow, okay.
Just flash him a bit of cash and go,
Yeah.
give me the key.
I think, this guy is focused on what's been going on over at the doorway, worried about whatever's happening, and Tim starts piping up about a escape room challenge or something. And it's like, look, I don't know, there's something weird going on. Look, just take the key, get out, don't go too far. We might have a situation in our hands, so don't do anything dodgy. Just gives you the key.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Okay, so let's go back to Maurice trying to tamper with the sprinkler system.
Yes, we are. And pour all this washing up liquid and egg white into it in order to create froth and foam. And slipperiness is our plan.
Yeah.
Egg white's an emulsifier.
Exactly. I think that would be good. I couldn't think of a cocktail that had cornstarch in it, so...
I'm not sure what you're emulsifying with just washing up liquid, but...
You do what you can. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know. Slippery and sticky. Do you want me to roll for this then?
Yes, please.
So can I get the bar cart and food science?
Sure.
What else can we think? I think the eggs may have come from my loaded arm from my diner years.
You can certainly call Chef Matics or something on this.
Yeah, okay, cool. So that's a +5 then.
Okay.
Don't think I can customer
we are
service.
just reaching here for as many bonuses
yeah.
as we can get our hands on.
It's been working so far.
Let's do it. It's a +5. We rolled a 14. That's 19 total.
Right. Are you setting off these sprinklers as you're loading it up?
Not intending
You're waiting for the
to.
moment.
I'm waiting for the right moment, but there is a fire going on. So, Alex, I don't know, but
Well, you don't know that, no.
the player
okay.
knows, so it might happen at any time, I guess.
So Maurice manages to find a pipe or something that they assume will lead to the sprinkler system, and they tamper with it. They fill some weird concoction of liquids that they've mixed together into this, and you're pretty confident that this will do something helpful if and when the sprinkler system goes off. At which point, you hear a confirmatory beep in your ear of, yes, the mission is complete.
Ah, good.
What are we doing next?
Kind of look to the others.
Nobody has seen Ingram for a little bit.
I'll just nod over to Maurice with the solemn, I've got the way out.
Nice. I'm going to head on over then to Cookie.
Yeah, if we got the approved beeps, then I will turn my digital onesie into my standard, basically to its default setting. So I'm just looking like a big dude in a yellow onesie. I'm like, well, your time has expired. Thank you for working with Paradigm Duplicity. You can always reach out to any of the Devon Zags if you have any complaints or issues. Once again, we are not responsible for anything that has happened here or will happen, nor is Elysium brand yogurts or Amazing Corp. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of the day.
I think given everyone's suspicion towards Tim's, there's a lot of bewildered looks at him right now. A lot of confusion.
First confused person, I'm going to hand him the clipboard that has right there that the Free Earthers signed and approved for us to come in here, that they're the ones who said that they paid for this, they applied for 2 issues. This is not us. We're a third party, non-responsible for this. Waivers right here at the bottom. It's signed. Take it up with them.
Alright, I'm going to say what happens is a trio of underground personnel step up in front of Tim's and like, I don't think so. They're wagging a finger. Tim's hands over the clipboard. Let's have a roll for you to convince them that this is somehow still legit.
Sure.
And you can include your clipboard and whatever else.
Yeah, that'll be a 6.
Okay.
13 makes a 19.
Jesus. Okay. They take the clipboard and they look at it and they're just like, I don't know what this means. And they're looking at each other. And it's kind of like a Three Stooges thing kind of going on here. Just looking at it like, all right. And yeah, okay. So the three of you can approach the door. Welcome to the final mid-roll of the season. And as much as I'd love to be shilling myself with my work, I think you've probably all heard my spiel enough now. So instead, I'd like to say a massive thank you to every single one of you who've made it this far through the pod. Anyone who's reached out to say they enjoyed the show, or sent me a message about one of the characters who was particularly awesome at some point. And let's be fair, they literally all had amazing moments, especially during this 4-part finale. This has been a massive labour of love, and I really hope we can find the time and energy to carry on into a second season in 2024. So hop on the socials and keep an eye out for more content and news coming up real soon. And, as per usual, here's some info on some of the wonderful players from this episode.
Hi, I'm Valery North. I make video games, TTRPGs, and write music and stories. My most recent big project is post-apocalyptic TTRPG Seekers in the Blasted Zones. You can find me as Valery North on Itch, Twitch, Tumblr, Twitter, and SoundCloud.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm on Twitter @Scowney, and I'm working on gaming modules which will be available soon at scowney.itch.io.
Hi, I'm Basil, and you can find me on Twitter at Kobanya_Kana, KOBANYA_KANA. On itch.io, I'm Kobanya, and my website is towerofbasil.wordpress.com.
I'd also like to pop in to give a big shout out to Ray, who unfortunately had to pull out of the show before getting to record his finale episode. But we all had an absolute blast playing alongside him, and Bjorn and his trusty mech axe will be sorely missed. For our last mid-roll promo of the season, we're going full circle and promoting Pan's other show, the Cosmopunk, a wild Starfinder actual play, with a different GM each season. They've got some quality production going on, and wonderful storylines that are both hilarious and hard-hitting at times, with superb characters and excellent animalian NPCs that remind me a lot of my other game, Overgrown.
Hey, did you know you can upgrade the reactor in our ship to a toroidal Series 3 turbofan model?
No.
I mean, it's only slightly exploded, look.
No.
Ladies, we've got a job.
Oh, thank God, I don't care what it is. Just please stop vetoing my engines.
It's some kind of advertising job for our Cosmopunk show, it looks like. But it's got to be quick. It can't be anything longer than 50 seconds.
Flyboy, set a timer for 50 seconds.
No, we've already started. The timer's going to mean a damn thing.
Oh, it'll give us a rough idea.
Hang on, I didn't agree to be in an advert.
Well, it's too late. You're already in it. Besides, it'll be over by the time you get your fat coyote butt out of the room.
Hey, you're fatter than I am.
Oh, stop arguing, you lot. I'll do it. Cosmopunk is a Starfinder actual play podcast focusing on character-driven storytelling. We're 4 friends from the UK, and occasionally more than 4 friends from not the UK. We play homebrew stories for the crew of the Leica 7 set in Paizo's Starfinder universe. Follow the adventures of 4 alien mercs as we get into trouble and advance outer space. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and check us out at cosmopunk.net.
Wow. That was actually really good.
Well now, we're nearly there. So let's go on back to the kill team and find out how they're dealing with the aftermath of their battle. A little red light has just lit up on their comlinks.
Hi, I'm Morgan, aka Tempest.
Hey guys, I'm D.
Hi, I'm Cassa.
Hi, I'm K.O. Myers.
Fuck me! Pull it out and throw it across the room.
Who are you people? What's going on?
Yeah, no, I'm literally pulling that thing out of my ear and throwing it across the room. That looks too spooky. No red lights should be on subtle spy earpieces.
That's true.
Can I identify anything about that?
So, I mean, you may remember that when you were having your briefing, you were told, when your job is done, press the button on your earpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You'd probably assume that that is the response that happens when you press the button in your earpiece.
Okay.
Did anyone press? Are we done?
I guess I sort of asked if we wanted to interrogate them, and they assumed that the job is done, so they assumed that he is dead. So he should probably be dead, otherwise we are gonna be dead. So I'm gonna inject him with a deadly dose of everything. This was not just me saying that, this was like a thought process that Toby expressed out loud.
Okay.
So everyone hears his reasoning of, I tried to ask if they wanted someone to interrogate. Instead of an answer, we got red lights. So we were told that we need to press the button if we're done. Being done constitutes all of them are dead, so they're expecting all of them to be dead.
Yeah, but...
So I'm now going to inject him with a deadly dose of everything.
Yeah. Don't you want to be a little more, Toby? You don't want to be like a order-following soldier their entire life. Don't you watch those movies and you think, maybe I could be a main character or something.
Ty is sweating profusely and just kind of wide-eyed staring to go, you don't have to do this.
Amelia, I have so many drug concoctions. I am several main characters every day of my life.
It's not really fun for me to say, but I'm kind of with Amelia here. Information is currency. Let's see what we can get out of him.
Okay, I can alter it into a truth serum.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Let's do it.
You don't have to do that. I'll tell you anything, whatever you want.
We keep asking and you keep not telling anything. So
just fix me up, please. Just get me out of here.
Look, what am I doing here? Look.
Oh my god.
I've used up your entire t-shirt on fixing you up, okay?
Oh, man.
The thing that's kind of been bugging me is, did we ever see anything happen with the mech in Buran?
And someone can go and look down the hole.
Yeah, I'll look. I'll run skitter over.
So, yeah, when you go over and look down the hole, you can see Buran's mech. It is slightly on fire. It doesn't look like it's moved since it collided with the building. There's some small fire down there. And you can see 3 people down there. Well, 1 person and 2 bodies. Looks like a kind of android-looking person down there who has clearly had a bit of fisticuffs with these other 2 people. You can't really tell what's happened apart from there's definitely been some sort of fight down there. Okay, so this is just about winding down. Kill team have killed. The distraction team have distracted. And the surveillance team have surveyed. But what has become of the team left with the big explosive backup plan?
I think we gotta move, quick. I'm just gonna go for it.
Are you smashing legs?
I'm smashing their legs.
Okay.
I'm keeping it tight. The aim is to keep it tight, is to prevent them from getting into those rooms. So if we can do it on one, we can do it on all of them.
Oh dear.
That's a 1, baby.
Oh dear. Okay. Alright, yeah.
We're gonna die.
What is the modifier?
Well, it's Himbo +3.
Yeah.
I was going to engage the hacking hat, so that's +2. And I'm using the lead pipe, so +6 in total.
Okay. That's not the hugest modifier, it's a significant one, but okay. Clarity. Can you roll a reactions roll?
Yeah, considering that I'm still crouched in front of the freaking robot.
Oh no.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Here we go. It's all going downhill now, guys. I got a 5.
Oh, geez. Okay. Right. This is going to be a friendly fire roll. And I think this is the first friendly fire roll we've had this season. Basically, it's 10 minus the roll from Smart. So it's 9. Beats your 5 dodge roll. So you take 4 damage. It's not a huge amount, but yeah. Smart swings round, maybe puts all their possible energy into this swing with the metal pole and just clobbers Clarity. Sends Clarity sprawling. It's only 4 damage. It's not like he's giving you a concussion or anything, but he's whacked you and in the follow through has smacked against the door. The door clangs and makes a really loud banging noise. At the same time, you hear above you some great roaring noises, definitely gunshots and battle, and maybe more explosions. There's some definite action going on above you. As this happens, you see the door swing open, and there's a small child with a metal pipe just kind of banging it on the floor, going dung 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 dung. It stopped. It opens the door, sees this person with this metal pipe having smacked someone else across the room, and these scary looking robots. It's like, it goes running back and starts screaming. You see a lot of people amongst these tents kind of stick their heads up, and the door is now wide open. You all in very clear view with these robots. And you see these people screaming, scurrying, they start grabbing their things and start running. What you can see further on the other side of the tent city, the opening of this underground car park, which would lead out to open air. And people just start running. A few more seconds pass, and you see the robots just kind of focus on you as if, well, doors open. And then they just start wandering in.
Frankie tries to stop them thinking they've been discovered by putting hands over their cameras, their eyes. From behind us and just, no, you haven't been discovered. No, we're perfectly safe. This is perfectly normal. No need to explode.
Well, the door is open. The path looks clear to them. They see no threats, so they are proceeding towards their goal.
Can Clarity use their chain whip to try to trip up one of the robots and kind of hold on stubbornly? Like, they're already on the ground because they were already crouched down and then they got bonked and bowled over. So I'm thinking, like, from their position on the ground, they kind of, not even like in the usual way where they tap the hair cuff and it unrolls into the chain whip. They just kind of just sort of yank it off, like taking some hair strands with it too. You know, it immediately turns into the chain whip
situation. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, can I use the net gun to try and stop one of the other ones as well?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm aiming for Debbie.
I wish I hadn't. It's another nat one.
No way. Wow. Okay. And Smart, what's Smart doing?
Smart's idea is to kind of like get in the door frame with the lead pipe and just like, dudes, you will not pass, and just try and form a barrier, not let anyone through the door.
Okay, let's have the chain whip roll.
Okay, so with the points on my chain whip, and can I use my point for technology?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so in total, that is a 15 then to try to trip up Debbie, the robot.
Yeah, I'm going to say you managed to wrap your chain whip around Debbie, and Debbie falls, is still trying to make their way towards the door, but struggling against you. There are 2 more robots that are going towards the doorway. Frankie, I think this would have been incurring your disorientation, so you've gone to fire the net gun, but your head's still a bit in the clouds of this, and the net just flops against the wall, and you've completely missed, and your disorientation trauma will be increased to a -2.
Yeah.
So Frankie is floundering. Smart, the last line of defense, Widget and Howie are coming towards you in the doorway. You're holding your pipe after having kind of regained yourself from giving Clarity a clobbering.
That's a nat 20. That is a nat
dang.
20.
Okay. Yes! Wow, okay.
Oh, perfect timing. The perfect timing.
Yeah, the rolls could not have gotten better at a better moment.
The learning, this is holding it together. This is a second tick for holding it together.
I will absolutely give you that. Okay. So, yeah, Smart is holding them off. And Smart, Howie and Widget are pushing against Smart. And Smart is just standing still like a wall. Like, the pipe that he's got maybe is like longer than the doorway. And it's just holding there. And the robots don't seem to quite understand what's going on here. Oh, Howie was earlier just kind of having a tussle and a good time with Smart. But Smart is now in their way. And everything just comes to a standstill. And Clarity, like if they look past Smart to the basement beyond, you can see all of the people just fleeing. There's some people like grabbing their kids. There's someone like pushing someone in a wheelchair. They're all like fleeing towards the exit of this area. It looks pretty empty now. A lot of people have managed to get away. You've probably bought some people some time. Maybe if you can get a little bit more time out of this, you can stop the robots going a bit further. You might be able to save more of these people.
I have a question. So, since these are robots, as we've established, thinking of like specifically those annoying cop dogs, the robot ones, I mean the real ones too, ACAB, whatever.
Yeah, I get you.
But those dynamic dogs. And if I remember correctly from when I was reading about it, there are some frequencies that cause those robots to go bonkers.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something Clarity could ask Whisper to do, to like sort of emit a frequency that would disrupt the robots? And I'm fully prepared for this to also afterwards like sort of incapacitate Whisper for the rest of the session until Clarity can repair them.
I would love to see this be tried.
Okay.
Let's go for the Whisper roll first.
Okay, all right, that's a good roll. Let's see here. With that, I think adding up both Whisper, technology, and does this count as hacking?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so then all that together is 4 plus 16. That is a 20 total.
Dang, okay, right. Whisper starts emitting this sound, and maybe it starts as a high-pitched noise that you can all hear, and then you hear it like go through a spectrum of noises, and like, at one point that noise goes beyond your audible frequency. And as it hits that point, the robots just start kind of almost like dancing. They're doing a little jitter as if something is wrong. The resistance they're putting up against Smart and the resistance that Debbie is putting up against your chain whip just kind of relaxes, and they're clearly struggling for a moment. You don't know how long this is going to keep up. You know that this is something that Whisper is not really designed for. And you can see Whisper starting to shake and frazzle. Maybe there's some sparks coming from it. But you are fairly confident you've bought yourself some more time here. So actually, you're all kind of available now to try and do something. Frankie, you are kind of next up for doing something. You're quite disorientated, but you can try and push your way through this to do something.
I mean, the net just blatted against the wall and slid down, so the net is right there. Pick it up and throw it over the bots to tie them together.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right. Yeah, I'll allow you to have your bonus from your net. You will incur your -2 disorientation in all this.
Yeah. Okay, so they cancel each other out then. Anything I don't...
If you roll a nat 20 on this, you will get a +2 opposite of disorientation.
I don't think there's anything else that can help here, so I'm
And a
just going
straight
to
roll
roll
can
it.
still do wonders, so...
12.
Okay. The robots are struggling at the moment. The robots are having a bit of a moment. You grab your net off the floor and throw it over them. You can mark 1 success against your trauma, but the net probably isn't going to hold them for too long. Smart. What are you going to do? The robots aren't pushing against you anymore. They're just kind of standing there.
I suppose it would make sense to try and disable all 3 at once. Could I try and sort of like reverse the signals that are going into our map just to try and, like spoof the GPS, make it look like we're not actually where we are supposed to be for a minute, just so they relax that part of their programming. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think you could try something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're turning a VPN on, so they think they're in Manchester instead of London. Okay, so hacking, security breaking, gloves, hat, and we're keeping it tight, I think. There's a lot riding on this one.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 12 on the dice, so 13, 14, 15, 16. Christ, we get that to a 20.
Okay, right. So, the robots are still fritzing out a little bit. You do this thing, you plug into the map, set up a small area network on this, and you are pretty confident you've managed to spoof the signal that the robots would be receiving. You see the light that had turned solid red earlier start blinking again. Faster than it was previously, but they're going through a bit of a moment. Clarity. You're on the floor, you've got your chain whip around Howie's legs, and Howie has stopped pulling against you. The other two seem to be doing some things. What are you wanting to do?
Well, it was Debbie that I was...
Oh, sorry, was it Debbie? Sorry.
Whip. Yeah. Howie and Widget are trying to get through that door. I think, let's see. Okay, so what's the current status? I've got Debbie on the floor, and I'm on the floor, and the robots are... All of the robots, their eyes are blinking again. They're not solid.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still, twitching and stuff?
Yeah, they're still twitching for the moment.
Okay, what's the situation in the area where all the people were, the tent city? Has that cleared out?
It looks more or less. You don't have a full view because there are tents in the way, but you can't see a lot of movement in that room anymore. You can't hear a lot of people. You can hear a lot of noise above you. You can hear some screams and some shouts that are going off into the distant part of the basement, but you can't really see anybody else down there now.
Okay. I think what Clarity wants to do is, well, first off, get off the ground. But they're still going to hold on to the chain whip to make sure that Debbie's not going to go anywhere. But they want to use their hologram scanner on one of the robots to send the hologram out into the tent city to see if they hear, any sort of screams, there's still stragglers. Trying to see if the hologram wanders around, whether maybe some people that were hiding get spooked and kind of leave the area.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's see. Let me roll. That is that's a 15 on the die, plus my hologram scanner, and probably also technology, so that is a 17 total.
Nice. Okay, right. So, yeah, you do this. You quickly scan Debbie and send a hologram of her out into the... a hologram of it out. I'm not anthropomorphizing the robots. You send a hologram of it out into the middle of the tech city, and you hear a couple of, yelps, and people really oh God, it's in here! And you hear them get up and start running for the entranceway. And a few moments later, Whisper finally reaches their limit, fritzes out, drops to the floor. You're able to scoop them up and put them into your pack or your pocket or something. But the robots quite quickly after that resume their previous service. Their blinking eyes turn red. They start trying to push their way into the door, and they come again up against the resistance of Smart. There seems to be something in them that clicks, that realizes they're not going to make their ultimate destination, but they are close enough, and they explode. And as Amelia looks down through that hole to the mech and the fight below, and you kind of turn back to report to the others, the whole building explodes.
Whoa.
Oh no.
And the whole building collapses, you all fall, you'll get covered, and everything fades to black. You hear the battle somewhat die down below you, and maybe a minute after that, the whole building explodes.
Sorry, what?
Holy crap.
And you all fall into the building, collapse in the rubble, and one by one, pass out.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Cookie takes out the key, goes to unlock the door, and then there's an almighty explosion. It seems to come from below you. The floor caves in, the whole building starts collapsing, and everything fades to black for everybody, including Ingram. Some unknown amount of time later, you all groggily come to. You appear to be in some sort of makeshift field hospital. Unable to move, but just about able to pick up on the voices around you. Mutterings, murmurings. How are these the only survivors? Who even are these people? Are they the ones who got the villagers out? Do you think they're Amazing Corps? I don't know. Why would Amazing Corps blow up their own people? How did they, of all people, survive? Wait, are they people? What are they even made of?